This probably isn't the last video I'm going to make on this particular subject, but I want to take some time to kind of circle this violence conversation back around to the original post that I made, because I think it's important to take some of the insights that people have made and connect them back to these high-end concepts. So if you haven't seen the original post and looked at some of the comments, I would suggest you go back and look at them right now before you get into the rest of this video. We understand that in certain ways violence is inevitable. What we haven't come to grasp is how much we've normalized inherently psychopathic behavior as a response to some of the violence that we see in our everyday lives. I don't want this to be like a forgive your abusers, everyone's a victim mentality, but I do want us to think a little bit more mindfully about our understanding of how we deal with people who are wrongdoers. We've been sold on this mentality that certain people are wrongdoers, and these people are wrongdoers because they are inherently different from us in some way. And because of that, they deserve not to be allowed to live in society. And even if they are allowed to live in society, they have to go through some level of psychological punishment or torture before they're allowed to re-enter back into normal society. And from what some of the comments were saying on that original video, it seems like a lot of people agree or believe that it's okay because we get peace and stability, we get peace of mind, we get safety, and we get closure. A lot of people's experience with wanting to have certain kinds of punishment comes from a personal experience. But I'd say the vast majority of people's experience with wanting certain types of punishment is just preventative. And I think that's fine, but I think that because of that, it's inherently separate from us. The effects of certain kinds of punishment and how that actually reflects back on us as a society. It's like when we think about things such as over-policing and harsh physical punishments, as well as harsh physical reactions to certain crimes, a lot of that is a contract that we are putting out saying we need to have a certain measure of violence in order to keep us all safe. It is important to understand that there are certain situations that require violence. We can't adopt a broad view of pacifism. But I think that because there are some situations that require violence, we start to believe that that creates peace. The question you have to ask yourself is, if I commit this violence, what I get on the back end, is that the peace and stability that I want? And is that a lasting peace and stability? Right? Let's talk about things like abuse, rape, murder, etc., etc., etc. Like these heinous interpersonal crimes, right? If I am a victim of a harsh physical violent crime, if I agree that I'm going to take this person that just committed a harsh physical harm on me and put them in a place where they can continue being raped and tortured for whatever period of time that they're in there, when that person leaves that space, are they better? Because they will leave that space, whether by force or whether by being let out. But if there was a process that could allow for rehabilitation, penance, something that allows them to give back with their time and hopefully get better with their time, then we have the opportunity that now, instead of having a broken person that we put into a broken person box, we have a broken person that we put into a repair shop and comes back out a slightly better refurbished person.